On today's episode of Notable New England, discover our region through your taste buds. I'll be giving you some ideas on great food tours and culinary experiences that are sure to be fun and delicious, as well as truly memorable. Get ready for a mouth-watering episode. Hello, lovely listeners, and thank you for tuning in to Notable New England. If you're new here, my name is Gretchen B., and I am a lifelong and proud New Englander, and I'm making it my mission to strengthen our New England communities and highlight the people, places, and stories that make our part of the country so noteworthy. On today's episode, I'm sharing some great ways to explore New England through your taste buds. Think delicious food tours and culinary experiences that highlight what makes this region so special. It's all about celebrating our incredible food scene and making some memorable moments along the way. Before we get to that, though, let's start off with some Wicked Light Bites, community-oriented stories and happenings from each New England state. One city in Massachusetts is giving you a nice incentive to help them find potholes so they can fill them to make the streets safer. The city of Leominster, Massachusetts, is offering a free cup of coffee to anyone who reports potholes they see in the city to the Department of Public Works. Anyone who reports a pothole can visit the office of Leominster Mayor Dean Mazzarella during regular City Hall hours to get a voucher for free coffee at participating coffee shops, which include Aroma Joe's, Love and Donuts, Main Street Gift and Cafe, and Roots Natural Foods. To report a pothole, people can call the Department of Public Works at 978-534-7596, and I will put that number in the show notes. Information for this item comes from Frank O'Laughlin at Boston 25 News. 4 University of Vermont students were recognized recently as part of NPR's College Podcast Challenge. The challenge is a national competition for student-made radio stories. The UVM students received more recognition than those from any other school nationwide. Dear Panda by sophomore Charlotte King was one of the 10 finalists that were chosen. Honorable mentions were awarded to senior Dylan Moody, for A Winooski Chief Finds Peace in Fly Fishing, and recent graduate Kate McDonald for Bread and Butter Farm, A Place to Belong, as well as recent graduate Ren Dumays for Dropping In with wheelchair motocross rider Mo O'Neill. Information for this item comes from Karen Anderson, Kelsey Tolchin-Kupfer, and Charlotte King of Community News Service for Vermont Public. A Peterborough, New Hampshire mother-son filmmaking duo will present their documentary Adam's Apple at the Boston Independent Film Festival at the Brattle Theater in Harvard Square, Cambridge, Massachusetts, on Monday, April 27th at 5 p.m. Tickets and information can be found at iffboston.org/events/Adam's Apple, and I will have that in the show notes for you. The documentary chronicles documentarian Adam Siswerda's journey as a trans teenager and milestones like prom, graduation, and experiences he faced from freshman year of high school through freshman year of college at NYU. He made the film with his mother, Amy Jenkins. Adam's Apple is filmed mostly around his home in Peterborough, New Hampshire. He says, quote, "The town, the region come through in the film. It's not just about our family. It's clear there is a tight-knit community I grew up in with people who are very supportive of me. You can see it in the scenes, not only just with my family, but with my friends who are the first people I told who grew up with me and always knew my identity, end quote. Adams says that he's been pleased with the reception the film has gotten. He says, quote, "So far, I think we have succeeded on showing the joy we wanted to show. So far, everyone who has seen the movie has seen that, and we would not have had that joy without this community. Growing up here, I was much luckier than most people." End quote. Adam's Apple was selected by Letterboxd as one of just 2 documentaries in the top 10 films of South by Southwest and was awarded Best LGBT Film at the Ann Arbor Film Festival in March. Information for this item comes from Jessica Timmons at the Monadnock Ledger Transcript. The Maine Bureau of Motor Vehicles has launched a mobile services unit which will travel to rural Maine communities and underserved areas of Maine to make their services more accessible. The mobile unit is called BMV for Me and will offer the most common services such as issuing driver's licenses and permits, handling name and address changes, real IDs and out-of-state non-commercial driver's license transfers, and applications and renewals for disability placards. Secretary of State Shenna Bellows says, quote, "The modernization improves our customer service. We can't wait to take it on the road to service not only Maine's most rural communities, but also senior living facilities, veterans' homes, and other sites where Mainers would most benefit from the convenience of in-person BMV service," end quote. The mobile unit schedule will be as follows. They will be in Belfast, Maine on the second Thursday of each month at the United Methodist Church. They will be in Dover Foxcroft the first and last Wednesday of each month at the Piscataquis Community Center. They will be in Holton, Maine on the fourth Thursday of each month at the Holton Plaza Shopping Center. And they will be in Machias on the first Tuesday of each month at the Machias Telecommunications Center. Information for this item comes from Emma Davis at News from the States. Downtown Providence, Rhode Island will have a new gathering spot. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held to announce the new 195 District Park Pavilion, which is located along the Providence River near Ship and Elbow Streets on the west side of the park. The 3,500-square-foot pavilion features public restrooms, Wi-Fi, and shaded seating areas. 2 local businesses, The Guild and Seven Stars Bakery, will operate out of the pavilion. It will also allow for the park to expand on events, performances, and seasonal programs. There is not a firm date yet as to the official opening for the public, but it should be announced soon. Information for this item comes from Jocelyn Flower at WPRI 12. The Southington Drive-In in Southington, Connecticut has announced its summer movie schedule. The season runs May 30th through September 19th each Saturday, and movies they'll be showing include Jaws, Cars, Goat, The Princess Bride, the original Karate Kid, Top Gun, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and more. Check the show notes for the complete schedule. Gates open on the Saturdays during the season at 6 p.m., and movies will start 30 minutes after sunset. They only accept cash, and the prices are $20 per car or $5 each for walk-ins. People can bring lawn chairs, too. Information for this item comes from the staff at NBC Connecticut. Up after the break, we'll be exploring New England through our taste buds with some great culinary experiences and food tours that are sure to leave a lasting impression of the food in our area. Stick around. You're listening to Notable New England. April 30th is the deadline to submit your spring photo for the Notable New England Spring Photo Contest. If you want the chance to win a Notable New England prize pack chock full of fantastic New England goodies, Don't miss out. It's super easy to enter. Just take a photo of spring in New England this year and upload your photo and information to our form that is located at bit.ly/springphotonn. And I have linked that in the show notes. And then from May 1st through May 22nd, the public will vote, and the photo with the most votes is the winner. When the photos are put up to have the public vote, I am not going to put the names next to the photos, so it's going to be totally anonymous, and people will solely be judging on which photo they like best. The winner will then be announced on the May 24th Notable New England episode, and the prize pack will be mailed to their home address. If you think you have a photo that shows spring in all of its glory here in New England, enter today. Once again, you can submit the photo at bit.ly/springphotonn. And again, that link is in the show notes. Tell your friends to enter too. The more the merrier. Let's showcase the best of spring in New England together. Looking for a gift that feels personal and supports something meaningful? Give the gift of Notable New England. It's a way to support an independent, community-oriented podcast while sharing the stories, places, and spirit of this region with somebody you love, especially if New England means something to them, too. With Mother's Day, Father's Day, and graduation season coming up, it's an easy, thoughtful option that goes beyond the usual gifts. Memberships start at just $2 a month and include early ad-free listening, and depending upon the tier you choose, more great incentives like Notable New England merch and other cool perks. You can gift a single month or up to a full year, whatever feels right. Give that someone special more of the place they love. Visit patreon.com/notablenewengland/gift or click the link in the show notes to get started. New England has a rich culinary history and a delicious food scene. And if you've been wanting to get out and experience more of it, or if you're coming to New England and want to have some unique experiences that will tempt your taste buds, I hope you'll find this list helpful in your plans. Let it be a stepping off point to experience New England in a culinary light. Please note that I have put links in the show notes to all of these experiences so you can just click and be taken to where you need to go. Portland, Maine is known as a culinary hotbed, and if you want a taste of this incredible food city, take an Old Port culinary walking tour with Maine Day Ventures. This 3-hour walking tour goes at a leisurely pace and takes you through the charming streets of Portland's Old Port and teaches you about local food, drinks, and history while enjoying food from some of the area's best restaurants the locals love. Sample items such as lobster rolls, from-scratch baked goods from some of the area's finest bakers, fresh fish tacos and crab meat maki rolls, Maine craft beers, farmers market-sourced soups and chowder, dark chocolate truffles made with Aroostook County potatoes, and more. If you have a food sensitivity, they do try to work with you to offer some gluten-free, non-seafood, non-nut, and vegetarian dietary preferences. The tour starts at 94 Commercial Street at Andy's Old Port Pub. This is a year-round food tour, too. Book a reservation on the Maine Day Ventures website, and you can experience the world-class food and beverages Portland, Maine has to offer. The Maine Tasting Center in Wiscasset, Maine offers a number of classes on Maine food and drink topics, guided tastings, workshops, lectures, and more. The Maine Tasting Center specializes in hands-on classes that highlight the unique ingredients and products of Maine. From baking bagels with Maine grains, flour, to cooking with local seaweed, their classes use Maine's best ingredients and teach you how to work with foods that might seem intimidating at first. Their classes are taught by local chefs, food producers, and food experts across Maine. Some classes include food preservation, where you can learn to make jams and pickles and more using Maine produce, cheese making classes using Maine dairy, learning to cook with the invasive green crab, and fermenting kimchi and more. They have a tasting room where you can enjoy Maine-made beer, mead, and mocktails. You can explore the exhibit center where you can learn about Maine's iconic food and drink industries and explore agritourism resources. The Maine Tasting Center reopens on May 30th, and they are open in the summer and fall, but they do close for the winter. The Maine Tasting Center is located at 506 Old Bath Road in Wiscasset, Maine. The Maine Tasting Center's website details all of the classes and tasting offerings that they have available that you can pick and choose from. Taste of New Haven offers walking food tours and pizza tours, as well as pizza making classes and events in Connecticut's pizza capital. If you are a pizza lover, you are in for a real treat. They offer tours such as the Little Italy Pizza Tour in the heart of New Haven's Little Italy, the State Street Pizza Tour, which guides you through one of New Haven's major pizza neighborhoods, including a stop to one of the country's oldest pizzerias, and the Downtown Pizza Tour, which takes you to the best central spots featuring long-standing as well as newly opened pizzerias, as well as a stroll through historic Yale University and its Gothic campus. Tours book up very quickly, so you'll need to book in advance. In addition to their group tours, they do offer private tours, and as mentioned, they even offer a pizza cooking class where you get to learn to make the perfect pie with fifth-generation Piazzolo Jimmy Armand of Zupardi's a Beats and pizza guru, author, and tour guide Colin M. Kaplan. If doing a self-guided pizza crawl is more your thing, Taste of New Haven offers a New Haven-style pizza map on their website so you can create your own adventure. Visit Taste of New Haven's website for more information on upcoming tours and pizza classes. Experience the flavors of one of Connecticut's most beautiful coastal towns with Connecticut Shore walking food tours. The Old Saybrook Tour is a 1.5-mile walk over 3 hours that stops at 3 restaurants where you are served carefully crafted small plates. You'll learn the history of Old Saybrook and see historic sites along the way and experience the incredible food and retail scene with your guide, Diane, who was born and raised on Connecticut's shoreline and who has been sharing her knowledge and love of local history with others for years. Diane offers small tours of no more than 8 people. If you want a private customized tour, she does that as well. You can visit the website for the Connecticut Shore Walking Food Tours to book your tour or to customize your own private tour. The Sweet and Savory Brattleboro Food Tour in Brattleboro, Vermont takes you to some of Vermont's award-winning food producers to taste seasonal farm-to-table dishes, craft beer, local Vermont cheeses, specialty chocolates, and Vermont-made ice cream. The 3-hour walking tour will also introduce you to the history and restored architecture of Brattleboro, as well as their vibrant art scene with a variety of galleries, shops, and studios. There are 5 food and beverage stops with tastings equal to a full lunch along with beverages. Tours start at the Brattleboro Mural in Harmony Place with the entrance off of Elliott Street. Check the show notes for a link to the website where you can book a spot and experience Brattleboro one taste at a time. Fat Sheep Farm and Cabins in Heartland, Vermont gives you the opportunity to stay on a working farm. During your stay, you get to experience fresh produce from their fields and pasture-raised eggs from their chickens. Kids and adults are welcome to help feed the animals, collect eggs from the chickens, milk the sheep, and take a workshop on cheese making and sourdough bread baking. They also offer a garden tour where you can help pick vegetables and then take some back to your cabin to cook. You can visit Fat Sheep Farm and Cabin's website for reservations to stay there, as well as for their cooking workshop sessions you can sign up for. If you've ever dreamt of immersing yourself in Vermont farm life and cooking, this is such a great opportunity to be able to do that. Take a walking food tour of Providence or Newport, Rhode Island with Rhode Island Red Food Tours. Dine on calamari, stuffies, quahogs, Johnny cakes, Italian specialties in Federal Hill, and more. Celebrate the region's best food at off-the-beaten-path eateries and meet local chefs who share their knowledge and food philosophy with you. Their Down City Providence food tour allows you to sample from diverse Rhode Island favorites and award-winning culinary restaurants, and in between bites, get an insider's view of Providence. The expert guides share their Epicurean favorites, hidden art, historic architectural gems, share local stories, and many happenings around Providence. Their Newport neighborhood food tour takes you to diverse, eclectic, out-of-the-way neighborhood eateries, as well as the hotspots for food and fun in Newport. You'll also learn about Newport's 17th and 18th century colonial architecture and get a glimpse of how their early neighborhoods came to influence American history. You'll hear fascinating tales of local legends and folklore, too. If you'd prefer to take a private or small group private tour, you can do that with Rhode Island Red Food Tours. Visit their website to see all they have to offer and reserve your spot on one of their tours for a great way to explore Rhode Island's culinary treasures. Providence, Rhode Island's acclaimed Johnson & Wales University offers a kitchen academy where visitors can take hands-on cooking classes with expert chefs, and when the class is over, there is a family meal served in the adjacent dining room. They offer workshops for people of all levels and abilities, and they even offer summer cooking camps for kids and teens. Some of the classes they offer include knife skills, artisan bread making, chocolate making, learning to break down a whole chicken, wine and beverage classes, and more. You can create a custom class, too, from world cuisines to pastry making and even cooking competitions akin to shows like Chopped or Iron Chef. You can get more information on the Johnson & Wales website and learn from some of the best chefs in the area. The Library Restaurant inside the historic Rockingham Hotel in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, offers a 90-minute historical tasting experience that is not to be missed. You'll be able to sip curated wines from their collection that are paired with gourmet bites while learning the history behind this architectural gem. You'll learn about the many historic figures who visited the hotel. You'll learn about its jazz-filled past, and you might even sense some of its ghostly residents. Private tours are available too. Tour dates will be coming up in June, July, August, September, and October, so head over to the Library Restaurant's website for details and to book a reservation for their historical tasting experience. The Seven Birches Winery at the Riverwalk Resort at Loon Mountain in Lincoln, New Hampshire, offers winery tours and opportunities to meet their winemakers, and you can learn how their wines are handcrafted in New Hampshire. They make wines using grape varietals not only from New Hampshire, but across the world, in addition to fruits grown in New Hampshire. Each tour offers a look into the winemaking process, the equipment used, and a wine tasting flight with a winemaker. There's also plenty of time for Q&A to ask the winemakers any questions that you have. If you prefer hard cider, they also offer tasting tours of their brand Rhythm Cider. You can find out more about the tours on the Seven Birches Winery website, and you can plan your visit. Explore Provincetown, Massachusetts by taking a Provincetown Bites and Sights walking tour. A local guide will take you on a walking tour where you'll explore Provincetown's maritime history, arts and culture, and you'll see why it is one of the most welcome LGBTQ+ destinations in the country. Along the way, you'll stop in for some delicious bites at the area's much-loved local eateries and hidden gems. Included in the tour are 4 food tastings from locally loved eateries, and it's equivalent to having a hearty lunch. There's 1 alcoholic beverage included for those 21 plus with a valid ID, and you'll also get insider recommendations for dining, bars, and local favorites. The tour starts at the Provincetown Town Hall, 260 Commercial Street in Provincetown, Massachusetts. To make a reservation, see the show notes for a link. Learn about the history and culture of Boston's Chinatown neighborhood on the Dumplings to Dim Sum tour by the Bites of Boston Food Tours. It's an immersive walking tour where you'll get to taste a variety of neighborhood dishes while learning the history of the development of Boston's Chinatown, the evolution of Chinese food in America, and aspects of Chinese cooking that developed specific to the Boston area. Not only will you try traditional Chinese food specialties, but you'll also get to try Chinese American dishes and modern twists on traditional cuisine from second-generation chef owners in Boston's Chinatown neighborhood. The starting point of the tour is at China Pearl Restaurant, which is located at 9 Tyler Street in Boston, and the tour is about 3 hours long. Groups are limited to just 12 people. You can get a link in the show notes to reserve your spot and experience Boston's Chinatown neighborhood in the most delicious way. I hope you found this look at some of our region's food tours and culinary experiences helpful and interesting. Perhaps it'll inspire you to explore our region's food scene a bit and learn some history along the way. If you have visitors coming to town and you want them to experience New England cuisine, these, as well as other food tours in our area, are great ways to explore and taste the wonderful foods our area has to offer. I'll be back on Sunday, May 10th with a new episode of Notable New England, and I hope that you'll tune in. Until then, take care, everyone, and thanks again for listening and supporting the podcast.